Hey friends, welcome back. This is Dawn. Today we're going to be using the Honeybee Stamps Lovely Layers Perfect Picnic Set. We're going to be pairing that with some older product. And then we're also going to be using some paper and cardstock included in the Perfect Picnic release. Now all of this was released this past July 2026. This paper pad here is adorable. I've already used several sheets of it, and I never use pattern paper, you guys. But we're going to be using this, and then we're also going to be using some of the Spellbinders cardstock here that Honeybee Stamps is now carrying in convenient variety packs that match their pattern papers that they release. So this one here is the Summer Picnic Hive Hues collection, and it includes 2 sheets each of pomegranate, tutu, saffron, beeswax, mint, and fern for, I believe it's $10.95. Again, I'll have it linked below. Great deal, favorite cardstock. Okay, so the Lovely Layers Perfect Picnic, it's exactly what it sounds like. It allows you to create this adorable little top view picnic scene. So from looking like you're looking straight down a bird's eye view. I'm going to pull off all of the pieces that I need. I'm not actually going to create a picnic per se. I'm going to create a scene where you're like somebody who would be sitting there in the park on a blanket reading a book or something. And they do have a little piece of pie. We are going to include a piece of pie because, you know, that just sounds delicious. I've pulled off all of the pieces that I'm going to be using, and then I'm going to die cut all of these. This is a die cut heavy card, of course. I'm going to add in some other colors from my stash. I'll again have them all linked below. But I'm starting with this basket here, which I've cut from a warmer light brown. I wanted to go for almost like a wicker or rattan basket. And then I'm cutting the top rim and the handle again because I'm going to stack those just to make them a little bit more sturdy. I'm going to continue die cutting all of my pieces for the most part. Everything from the Perfect Picnic set. I'm going to do all of that die cutting up front. Here you can see I'm cutting the hat, the book, and the plate, all from alabaster. I'm going to try to reuse the same colors for multiple elements throughout the card, just so I can keep the design harmonious. So for the ribbon around the hat, I used the beeswax, and the tulips, I used saffron. For the pie, the crust, I used the truffle, and then the pomegranate for our pie filling. And here I'm using a little bit of brushed gold cardstock for our silverware. Now for the blanket, I'm going to die cut that twice. I die cut it once from white cardstock, and then there is a stencil available if you want to stencil a pattern onto this blanket. However, I thought it would be just as fun and quick to use the pattern paper. And this pad here has a lot of great small scaled patterns like this gingham here, which is perfect for our little picnic blanket. So I'm going to go ahead and die cut again from that. And then once I'm done die cutting all of my pieces from the Perfect Picnic, I'm going to grab the Lovely Layers Autumn Bouquet. And we're going to transform this floral stem into a tree branch. Now, if you've been here a minute, you know I love to reimagine dies and repurpose them and use them for things that they weren't initially illustrated as. So this one is originally a flower stem. So if you've cut it from green and then you cut the little tops of the flowers from a color, you glue them together, it looks like a flower stalk. However, if you cut it from brown or a reddish brown like I've done here, and then you cut the frilly bits from green, it's going to look like a tree branch. And this is going to be perfect for our bird's eye view, our top-down view of our picnic scene. With most of the die cutting done, I moved on to assembling all of our pieces. Now, the Lovely Layers are probably some of the easiest dies to put together. But even if you run into any issues, don't worry, you can always find their layering guides on the Honeybee site. So here I'm just going to use liquid adhesive to adhere everything together. This hat is absolutely adorable, you guys. So stinking cute. Once you put the top here, you can see, does that not look adorable? I mean, it looks like a top view of a little sun hat. I love it. I love it so much. Oh my goodness. I'm just going to continue assembling everything. Here's our book. So you've got 3 pieces for that. You've got the book cover on the base. You've got 1 set of pages there. And then for the top pages, I like to bend it and then only adhere it on one side. And then on the other side, you can put a little piece of 3D foam underneath it, a little foam adhesive to hold that book page up, but it just adds a little bit of movement there. I just absolutely love that. Next up, I'm going to assemble the tulips. Now for these, I cut the base from Peridot, And then the tulip flowers themselves are saffron, so we'll just adhere those. And if you wanted to, you could add a little shading to your die cuts here. I decided the only one that I added any shading to was our pie. And that's just because, you know, you can't have pie that's not brown, that crust all just sad and pale. you gotta have a brown crust. So I grabbed the vintage photo here in a dauber, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of browning around the edge there. You know, it's you got to do it upright. Okay, after we're done with the pie, I moved on to the basket. Now the basket's really easy to assemble. Again, you've got this rim here. I've cut that twice, so I'm going to stack those up. I did the same thing with the handle, and then I just adhered that to the basket base. Now the basket base I did cut one shade darker, just to give that illusion of depth. Make it look like the bottom of the basket was down further than the rim and the handle. All right, then I just tucked our tulips here in the basket. I slid it under the handle and then added a little bit of adhesive up under the stems there just to hold it in place. All right, for the picnic blanket here, I'm gonna layer these together, but I want the fringe to be white and then the center of the blanket to be patterned. So I'm just gonna grab my shears here and I'm gonna cut off all of the fringe from the paper, from the patterned paper, from the blanket that I cut from the pattern paper. And then I'm just going to adhere that on top of the white one. I assembled the new tree branches here, gluing the green pieces in place. And now it's really starting to look like a tree branch, don't you think? Heck, it could even look like a tall tree if I just, you know, like the whole tree from a distance. I think. What do you think? I think that could work too. All right, so now we've got most all of our pieces assembled and we can start putting together the card, kind of building it out. All right, so I've adhered the blanket at an angle to an A2 card panel cut from Peridot. And then I'm going to come in and adhere my tree branches. Now this is supposed to look like if you were looking down from the sky. So if there's trees and the blanket set up under a tree, these branches would be poking out from overhead and you'd be able to see down through the branches onto the blanket and the scene below. Does that make sense? It makes sense in my head. So hopefully that's how it translates. And if not yet, it will soon. Trust me. All right, so I grabbed the Lovely Layers windows and we're going to use this greenery here that would be the vines or the flowers in the window, around the window, whatever you want to call it. We're going to turn it into the foliage for the trees. We're just going to beef up those tree branches so that it looks like there is more of the tree off of the card. So I grabbed these two dies and we're going to die cut those from the fern cardstock. And then I grabbed the flowers here, and of course we're going to cut those because our trees can have flowers in them. Don't ask me what kind of tree it is. I made it up. And I die cut those from the saffron. Nope, I did not. I die cut it from the beeswax. I lied. All right, now we can start adhering our tree, bulking this tree up, make it, again, look like we have lots of tree coming in from off the card. I'm going to use foam adhesive to pop these up. And then I'm going to flip the card over and use my scissors to trim off anything that's overhanging the edges. All right, then I can just come in and add my flowers. To do that, I just dotted the liquid adhesive randomly throughout the treetops and then added the flowers. And of course, I saved one flower to add on the edge of the plate here. Now, the only thing we have left to do is add our sentiment. And for that, we're going to be using another new release here. Now, this is Picked with Love, and it's actually a product suite that I designed for Honeybee this time around. So there is this beautiful stamp set. There are coordinating stencils so that you can easily color in all of the images. And then there's also dies available. I think that the sentiments in this set are perfect for this card. So we're going to do some heat embossing. I have treated some of the fern cardstock with a static tool, with an anti-static tool, not a static tool, static bad, anti-static tool. And then I've stamped this in clear embossing ink and then heat emboss that with white embossing powder. Now, all of the sentiments in Picked with Love do have a coordinating die. However, I also purposely scaled all of those sub-sentiments to fit perfectly inside the previously released mini messages banners. I really love these little strip sentiments, so I made sure that they would fit because, you know, a girl's got to have options. Now, per usual, I did cut several blanks and adhered those to the back of each of the sentiments just to give them a more chipboard-like appearance, and then I adhered these in place with some foam tape. And that finishes off the card. You'll notice that this card is different than the card in the thumbnail, just a little bit. I've got a pink version, and I had photographed that one before I made this card. And I decided to go ahead and make a video of that card, and I wanted to swap up the colors because I don't like creating the same card twice. So here we used that Hive Hues pack, and I absolutely love the summery feel of this one. And then in this card, I used the pinks. So this was Wildberry, Dahlia, and Blush, I believe, for the pinks. Everything else is the same. All right, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it gave you some ideas on how to look at your dies a little bit differently. There's a lot of dies that we can utilize in different ways than they were intended. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss any of my future videos. If you're looking for any of the featured products, you can find them listed and linked in the description box below. As always, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.